guys, Zora here. We're on the road today and we're heading to the High Point location where I had taken the picture which I decided to use for the album cover art for my album Distance. We're looking off the side here of the lower mountains as we've already traveled about an hour to get up here and we just have about another 10 miles to reach the top. It looks like we've got a more interesting mix of weather this time, and we'll be going through some of the cloud layers as we start going up the higher peak. Near the top, we can see a wall of dense mist drifting up from the ground and slowly moving in. And making the final walk up to the observation area where you can usually see in every direction. But today is exceptional because while we have a very long view in one direction, we also have this gigantic wall of cloud looming over and slowly drifting toward the observation area. I turned the camera around and I panned from the other direction so we could see just how wide and ominous this thing is. But in between these two edges, we still have a long angled view of the landscape with the sky hanging down. And this is more like how it appeared when I came before and I took the picture that was used for the album cover, which I'm going to show now. This is the original picture, and then this is the finished version that I modified in the editor and created the album cover art. As you can imagine, this place gets thousands of visitors from all across the Earth plane every year to take pictures and witness these views. But because this area is well over a mile elevation from sea level, the climate is more like how it would be much farther north. So you get an area of wildlife that is much different than the surrounding area that you would typically find in the climate of the region. So before we leave and end this, I want to keep the video short, but we're also going to take a different route back and we're going to go through some woodlands and I'm going to include a few pictures there. We took a nearby trail through the woods and saw many fallen trees and large rocks. We even saw a tree growing on top of a rock. It's very wet here, and most of the trees are covered with moss, and there's also an unusual form of lichen, as well as red mushrooms. Oh, and check out these really large stairs that I found that were made right into the ground. It's a good place to take a rest. Before I end this, I want to add a few pictures at the end of the video that we took using a different camera. I think these are interesting because the monochrome process that's used here brings out some more detail in the distance than what you could see with the other camera. Well, that's going to be it for this visit, 'cause I'm starved. And I'm going to spare the long and windy road back.